Most of my students, they try to impress you, and they come in here and read from the left-hand corner to the right-hand corner, and they read it right, but they don't know where the quarter is. They're not hearing what they're playing. They're playing mechanical. See, so I decided, well, I want to find out if he knows where the quarter note is, because that's the daddy of the bar. If you don't know where a quarter note is, you're not going to find anything else. So I started making him sing quarters, and that became very difficult for some very heavy players. It became very difficult for them. Then I decided, well, if they can do the quarter, they can hear the melody. So then I made them sing the melody. Then on some of the systems, there's an upbeat. I wanted to see if they can hear the upbeat. If you can't hear, you can't play. You should be able to play what you hear, and you should be able to sing what you play. And that's where the counting and singing and all those things. The spaces are very important. I've got students who are singing the spaces.
Right.
So what that does to the student is he knows the spaces so well that if he gets a figure to cut 2 bars later, he knows just how much room he's got to say what he's got to say.
As an exercise for like a drummer, I think it's very helpful if you practice slow tempos with a metronome and you sing the quarter note, or you sing any ratio, any 60 note, like 1 E and a 2 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a E and a E and a E and a and a and a. So you understand where every note is. You do that with like triplets. So it's not just this pulse and this pulse, but you know where every pulse is in between without playing it. I think singing the notes is very helpful. Singing every note where every 60 note is. Singing is like developing an internal, it's almost like a fifth limb. So you don't rely on your hi-hat or foot or your right hand or left hand to establish where like the zone is. It's really hearing it here. So singing the quarter note or any ratio is actually very helpful.
In my teaching experience, I have found that a lot of students are generating their time with their limbs with not a strong enough conception of the time. And this results in, tempo fluctuation, just consistency in general, not to mention the feel. Like I find that the feel can get too heavy, sort of like weighted down, because it's too bodily oriented. Got to come from up here. There are different ways to improve our timing using our voice, but the one that I have found of most value to me over the years is to subdivide the time, to vocalize the smallest spaces within a rhythmic figure while accenting the figure itself. The reason that I subdivide this way is because it provides me a discipline with which to simultaneously attain mental ownership of the pulse, the space, and the shape of the phrase or phrases that I am playing. When we are in control of the pulse, the space, and the rhythmic shapes that comprise the music, we are better able to generate consistent time. 1 and E, 1 and E. Watch this, and E, 1 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 and E. Subdividing is a means to an end. Right? This is not something that you're going to do forever, and it's not something that you're going to do when you perform. The idea is you do it so much in practice that you'll eventually be subdividing internally, and you won't even necessarily be aware of it. This is not something, you're going to be going out on stage and go, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. You're not going to be doing that. It's going to be going on, probably, if you do this enough, but you won't need to be actually verbalizing it.